If you haven't figured it out already, I am an Altra fan. I've been wearing the Lone Peaks for about 7 years now. I've had the 3s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, and now new this year are the 8s. What I'd like to talk about is some of the initial differences I'm seeing from the 8s, or from the 7s to the 8s, and a little bit of my experience with the 7s and some with the 6s. So let's hide these 6s and the 7 off to the side here. The 8s are pretty much the same as the 7s. Pleasantly surprised. There's not a lot of difference between them. I do notice one thing almost immediately though. The upper, this piece here, is just a smidge looser. It's got a little more room in there, and it's not because the laces are longer, and they are longer this year. Last year's laces were pretty short. They've gone back to longer laces. They've also kind of gotten rid of some of this tightness up in the top. So there's a little more room up front. And let's see, what else did they do? For these lace areas, you'll see there's holes here now. The 7s did not have holes, the 8s have holes. And the tongue, whatever you want to call that loop there, it's longer. So if you wanted to pick up this extra set of laces here, you can do that. Other than that, I really didn't see any substantial differences to the overall structure of the shoe. The bottom, I mean, you can look at them, the bottom is pretty much identical between the two, if not identical. The toe is still glued, it's not stitched. And what I will say is on my 7s from last year, toe is still glued on, so the toe didn't fail. So the glue seems to be holding on those. Now you will notice this 7 is a bit banana shaped here. No holes. It worked well. It was comfortable. Still got some tread on it. This has got about 300 miles on it. One thing I did note in the 7s is the cushion in them started to fail right around 300 miles. They got a little hard, so my feet would ache after a while. I'm hoping they fix that on the 8s. I'll know in a couple of months after I've been on them for a while. The other thing, I guess, to note, it's a difference, but I don't think it's substantial. The upper material, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of this square shaped. And it's also, if I can stick a light in here, I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty thin. It doesn't really have a backer on it, so I'm assuming it's going to breathe really well. The 7s, it had, here I'll use the new one so it's easier to see. The 7s has like a diamond shaped cloth pattern to it. And on the inside, it's got kind of this soft, fuzzy, like a secondary overlay. If I stick the flashlight in this one, you'll see you can't really see through it. There's a black fuzzy liner up in the toe area that the 8s don't have. So that's a difference. And I don't know. I mean, that's really all I have to say about them. You can look over here, and I have a link to the 7s, the difference between the 7s and the 6s. Oh, back to this material. This diamond-shaped material that's on the 7s, it's now gone, and the 8s has this more square material. If you look at the 6s, they're remarkably similar. So they may have gone back to the same upper material that's on the 6s. And if I stick my flashlight in the 6s, you can also see that there's no, I'm stretching my head around because there's a mirror on the other side. You can see through that also. The 6s, they kind of were, I don't know, they're a little goofy. I didn't like them as much as the 5s. The 5s were my favorites of all time. If I could get more 5s, I would, but I can't, so no, I'm just moving on.